It's unfortunate, but there's a lot of people nowadays who are pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic like me, or they are just trying to cut down on sugar. So today, I'm going to share with you my go-to recipe for low-carb, sugar-free chocolate chip cookies with walnuts. Take a look at them. Not only do they look great, they taste delicious. You can bake them for 10 to 12 minutes and they stay nice and soft and chewy. Or you can brown them a little bit more. Sometimes I like it a little crispy, but just keeping them in the oven for a little bit longer. These are filled with walnuts, but you could put pecans or leave walnuts and all nuts out. They really taste like their naughty counterparts, but I'm using some special ingredients today. A sugar substitute and sugar-free chocolate chips and a special low-carb keto wheat flour that you may not be familiar with. Let's start baking. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Let's get our ingredients together. First of all, we're making low-carb, sugar-free chocolate chip cookies, so we're going to be using some special ingredients. You may not be familiar with some of these. A key ingredient is our King Arthur keto wheat baking flour, which is low-carb and will not spike your blood sugar level. This is a specialty flour that's going to actually make these cookies look, feel, and taste just like the ones that we're used to. Then for our sugar-free sweeteners, I have allulose. We've got a brown sugar substitute from Swerve. We've got walnuts, baking soda, some delicious dark chocolate, sugar-free chocolate chips from Bake Believe. I just discovered them and I love them. And finally, we're gonna need some vanilla, a little salt, butter, and an egg. I'm gonna start by weighing the ingredients. If you're not weighing your flour, you're going to need 1 cup and 2 tablespoons of the special King Arthur's keto wheat flour. But if you're weighing your flour, you want 135 grams of your flour. For our sugar alternative, I'm using allulose. I have either 3/4 cup, if you're measuring in a cup, or weighing 128 grams. For the Swerve brown sugar substitute, you're going to need 1/4 cup or weighed 50 grams. You'll need 8 tablespoons of butter, or weighed, it's 113 grams. For the sugar-free chocolate chips, you'll need 1 cup, or weighed, 170 grams. You can add 1/2 cup of walnuts or your preferred nut. Weighed, it's 57 grams. Lastly, grab a large egg, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now we're ready. Let's start baking. Beat together room temperature butter, your sugar substitute, baking soda, salt, and vanilla extract, and beat it until it's smooth and creamy. Now you can add the egg. Make sure to incorporate the egg thoroughly throughout the dough. Now you can stir in your flour, and the chocolate chips, and your nuts. Now that everything is well incorporated, go ahead and scoop heaping tablespoons of the cookie dough into prepared baking sheets. Space them about 2 to 3 inches apart. All in all, this recipe will yield you 24 cookies or a little bit more if you make the cookies smaller. Bake the cookies for 10 to 12 minutes, but keep your eye on the oven. Make sure that the edges are starting to brown and that your cookie is taking on a golden color. Now that the cookies are done, remove them from the oven, and then you can store the cookies well wrapped at room temperature for several days. Or you can freeze them for longer storage. So as you can see, you can eat cookies that won't spike your blood sugar. And for those of you who are gluten-free, you can make these low-carb, sugar-free cookies with almond flour. The almond flour is a slightly bit softer and buttery. Look for the keto wheat flour, the Bake Believe sugar-free chocolate chips, and the almond flour online or at your local health food store. I know that they're there. I even found some of these ingredients at Costco for a deal. So, do you have any questions for me? Post them down below. And if you enjoyed this video, come on, give me a like and share this video with your friends and tell them about the show that focuses on all the great things under the sun. Until the next video, bake some of these low-carb, sugar-free cookies and let me know how it goes.